Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sindhu. Many people often ask, social work is a profession, but how through this profession actually help people? How do a social worker find out problems and who needs help? Think about a doctor for a moment. When a patient visits a doctor, does the doctor use the same treatment for every illness? Of course not. A heart problem requires one treatment, a bone fracture requires another, and an eye problem requires something entirely different. Similarly, social workers also face different kinds of problems every day. Some problems belong to an individual, such as stress, family, conflict, or addiction. Some problems affect a group, such as adolescents needing life skills training or elderly people needing support. Other problems affect an entire community, such as lack of clean drinking water, unemployment, or poor sanitation. So, can a social worker use the same approach for all these situations? No. Just as doctors use different treatment methods, social workers use different social work methods to provide professional help. These methods act as the tools of the profession, enabling social workers to address problems at the individual, group, and community levels in a systematic and scientific manner. In today's video, we will explore these social work methods and understand how social workers transform their knowledge into meaningful action and service. By the end of this video, you will understand what social work methods are, types of social work methods, explanation of each method with examples. Let's begin. Welcome to Learn with Dr. Sindhu. Let's understand the definitions and meaning of social work methods. Social work methods are the systematic and professional techniques used by social workers to help individuals, groups, communities, and societies solve problems and improve social functioning. In simple words, social work methods are the professional tools and techniques used by social workers to help people solve problems, improve their lives, and achieve positive change. Social workers do not use the same approach for every problem. If the problem is related to an individual, they use one method. If it involves a group of people, they use another method. If the issue affects an entire community, they adopt a different method. Therefore, social work methods are the different approaches, professional approaches that social workers use to provide the right kind of help to individuals, groups, and communities according to their specific needs and situations. Now that we understand what social methods are, let us go one step deeper. In social work, methods are broadly divided into primary methods and secondary methods, also called auxiliary methods. What do we mean by primary methods? Primary methods are the direct helping methods used by social workers to work directly with people, individual groups, and communities. Direct practice with people. Primary methods are called primary because they form the core practice of social work. They involve direct interaction with clients and communities, casework or work with individuals, group work or work with groups, community organization or work with communities are primary methods. So, common features in primary methods are direct interaction with people, problem solving at individual, group or community level, core practice of social work profession. Now, let's understand the supporting methods or the secondary methods are called auxiliary methods also because they support and strengthen the primary methods. They do not directly work with clients in the same way, but they improve the system of social work practice. Social welfare administration, social work research, social action are secondary methods. So what is common in secondary methods? First, support primary methods. Second, work at system and policy level. Third, improve quality and effectiveness of services. Focus on administration, knowledge and social change. Now, let's understand each method in detail. The first method is social casework. When a social worker helps one individual solve personal, emotional, social or economic problems, it is called social casework. The focus is on one person and his or her unique situation. For example, a student experiencing depression due to academic pressure may receive counseling and support from a social worker. In simple terms, social casework is helping an individual help themselves. The second primary method is social group work. Here the social worker works with a group of people who share similar needs, interests or problems. The group itself becomes a medium for learning and growth. For example, a life skill training program for adolescents help participants learn communication, teamwork and decision making. In simple words, social group work uses group experiences to bring positive changes in individuals. The third primary method is community organization. This method focuses on helping an entire community identify common problems and work together to solve them. For example, if a village lacks drinking water, a social worker may organize community members and connect them with government or agencies or officials to find a solution. In simple terms, community organization helps communities to help themselves. In all these methods, we can see social worker directly involving with individuals, groups and communities. Now let's move to the secondary or auxiliary methods. The first is social welfare administration. This method focuses on managing social welfare administration and services effectively. It involves planning, organizing, staffing, budgeting and evaluating problems. For example, managing an NGO that provides educational services to unprivileged children requires administrative skills. Social welfare administration ensures that social services reach people efficiently. The next method is social work research. Research helps social workers understand social problems scientifically and identify effective solutions. For example, a study on adolescent mental health can help develop better intervention programs. In simple words, social work research provides knowledge and evidence for effective social work practice. The final method is social action. This method aims to bring social change by addressing injustice, inequality and discrimination. For example, campaigns advocating equal rights for women or child protection laws are forms of social action. In simple words, social action seeks to create a more just and equitable society. So, in this video, we have understood the 6 social work methods and how they form the foundation of professional social work practice. Each method has its own importance. Social casework focuses on the individual, social group work focuses on groups, and community organization on communities. Then secondary method, social welfare administration focus on organization, social work research on knowledge and evidence, social action focuses on social change. In our upcoming videos, we will learn each method in detail as separate lectures with examples, processes and field applications. So stay connected because each topic will help you not only for exams but also for your professional practice in the field. If you have any suggestions for social work topics or if you want me to cover any specific concept in detail, please mention it in the comments section. I will take your suggestions and prepare lectures here for you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more social work learning content. We will meet again in the next video here on Learn with Dr. Sindhu.